Hey everyone, Nupkasub here. We are back with another video. So today we have updates on the bundles and series of the deals which will last till end of this month 2025 of January. So without wasting any time, let's get to the video. So the first bundle is coming up from this Metro Saga bundle, which has the Metro Exodus, Metro 2033 Redux and Metro Last Night Redux, which will 86% off, 864, almost like a $10. So this is the deals which comes with the 3 games included: critically acclaimed Metro series, which is the journey from the shattered subway tunnels to Moscow to the far-flung wasteland of post-apocalyptic Russia, and experience the 3 of the finest single-player first-person shooter of the past decade that combines to create one epic adventure. So you play as an Artyom, and from the first Metro to the Metro Exodus, it will tell the stories about the Artyom and the post-apocalyptic era, and what are these new survival instincts and how you connect the world and explore the other places. So this is 86% off, 864, almost like a $10. So I highly suggest you to check it out. It's worth to play. This is truly amazing storylines for this game. So the next game is coming up as a bundle, which is Bright Memory Collections. So Bright Memory Collections is 61% off, 325, almost like a $4 to $5, in which you will get this Bright Memory, which is 119, almost like $1 few cents, and Bright Memory Infinite, which is 264, almost like a $3 to $4. So in these collections, you will get both of the games. The Bright Memory is the lightning fast fusion of the FPS action genre created by FYQD Studio, combined with a wide variety of skills and abilities to unleash dazzling combo attacks. The journey of supernatural science research organization's operative Sheila begins. So Bright Memory Infinite was released in 2021 and is the latest title from this studio, and which is set on 2036. A strange phenomenon occurred in the skies around the world. The SRO has sent agents out various regions to investigate this phenomenon, which is some sort of time parallel collapsing at a single timeline. So you need to investigate and figure out what's going on, and then you will progress further. So this is the amazing storyline. You can get these FPS shooters as well, hack and slash, swords, grappling hooks, a lot of things, even the cars which has a gun mounted on it. So that's a cool thing you can expect from these kind of games, and this is totally fun to play. So it's a 61% off, 325, almost like a $4. So that's a great deal, and I will highly suggest it's worth to playing this game. So the next game is coming up from the Souls-like RPG action open world and sci-fi, which is Surge Collections. So Surge Dual Pack, which will be 1 and 2, 87% off, 263, almost like a $3 to $3.5, which is include the Surge 1, which is catastrophic event has knocked out during your first day of your new job. You wake up equipped with a heavy grade exoskeleton in surrounded by robots having haywire. Your augmented co-workers have gone insane, and a rogue AI wants you to dead. Welcome to CREO. So that's the story. And the Surge 2, which in a bid to survive, explore the sprawling, devastated Jericho city, fight ferocious threats in the brutal, unforgiving combat, slashing and tearing the limbs of your opponent to steal their valuable equipments, and that will make you strong enough to face the most fearsome, imposing foes lurking in the city. Basically, Surge 2 has been improved from the Surge 1, which totally take out to the new levels of the kind of Souls-like mechanics, and also you will take all the scraps of armor from the opponents and make your own armor and their weapons. So it's totally unique to have a kind of a mech fighting with the Souls-like genres, a little bit of top of that. So that's a great deal, which is 80% off, 263, almost like a $3 to $3.5. So that's a great deal, and I will highly suggest you to have this game, because tons of hours of gameplays and having amazingly graphically advanced and not kind of any sort of laggy or clumsy. So that's a great deal. Moving to our next deal is coming up from the Ori Collections, so in which you will get this Ori the Blind Forest Definitive Editions, which is 75% off 324, and Ori and the Will of the Wisp, which is 75% off 174 as well. So together you will save some money on the, which is 78% off 449, almost like a $5, in which you will place as the Ori embark on the adventure of the visually stunning handcrafted worlds of the Neville and Neville, with the brave little spirit of deeply emotion journey. Face epic enemies and the challenging puzzles with larger-than-life bosses, towering enemies, and thrilling escape sequences. Dive deeper into the world through the breathtaking and beautifully orchestrated style music, which is developed by the Moon Studio, which was latest. It was been developed by the Wicked. So these are the games which will be highly advanced and look beautiful aesthetics and art styles as well. So this is 78% off 449, almost like a $5. So that's a pretty great deal. Moving to the next series, which is coming up from the Splinter sale. So Splinter Cell franchises is 55% off 1009, almost like a $12, in which you will get all the Splinter Cell, Double Agent, Chaos Theory, and Blacklist. There's Conviction is missing on it, but still you will get all these games. There's a Conviction was being moved to the other bundles, so you will get all these 4 games under the bundle, which I think there's only 2 currently on the deal, which is the Chaos Theory and Blacklist. Chaos Theory, which is 75% off 124, almost like $1 few cents, and Blacklist is 75% off 249, almost like a $2 to $3. So in this game you will play as the Sam Fishers, and all the Sam Fishers story progresses from the first Splinter Cells to the Double Agent, Chaos Theory, and the Black Convictions, and the latest, the Blacklist. We didn't expected, or we are expecting the next sequels of the Splinter Cells, but still the Ubisoft, this current scenarios and current situations is totally getting worse to worse, and they are not just focusing on producing the new sequels and franchises what they still have, but instead of that doing they are everything else unless they are just getting something else to, or motivations to listen to their communities. While this is 55% off, I think this is the JM games which you can get from the Splinter Cells, which is 1009, almost like a $12. So that's a great deal. Moving to our next series, which is coming up from the Assassin's Creed franchises. Although it's not my cup of tea, but still, if you wanted to buy, there is a deals. Heavily deals are just going on from the Ubisoft sites. They constantly want to sell the games as much as possible, so that I don't know what they want to recover from it. But still, if it's cheaper, that's totally friendly for the customers. So Assassin's Creed Mirage is 65% off $999, almost like $10 to $11, in which experience the story of the bustling, cutting-edge street thief nightmares, vision-seeking answers to our justice navigate the bustling streets of the 9th century Baghdad. While the Assassin's Creed Valhalla is 75% off $749. It's a kind of action-adventure game that's a Viking warrior raised on the tales of the battle and glory. Explore a dynamic open world set in England's dark ages. Raid your enemies, grow your settlements, earn your place among the gods of Valhalla. It has a great good DLCs. Every expansion they have at least have some sort of a new impact, but although it feels like a more repetitive, because everything you do in this game is totally repeating the same missions again and again and changing just the location. So it's kind of totally repeating games, but still, if you want to buy 75% off $749, almost like $9. While Assassin's Creed Odyssey is 85% off $599, almost like $7, which is based on this embark on an epic journey of the outcast living legend to uncover the secrets of your past, change the fate of the ancient Greece, fight in versatile battles on the both land and sea, and to become the true hero. So it's totally based on the ancient Greek story, which you have all these expansions like Medusas and all that mystical creatures that you can face on these games. So that's a pretty good deal, and 80% off $599, almost like $7. So that's a great deal. Assassin's Creed Origins is 85% off $449, almost like $5 to $6, in which you will experience the story of Bayek in the ancient Egypt, with a land of majesty and intrigue in disappearing in the ruthless fight for powers. So you discovers a hidden group that were serving to the light. So that's a great deal, 85% off $449, almost like a $6. So we have Assassin's Creed Chronicles, which is 70% off both 3 games, which will be Russia, India and China, $149 for each, in which the every assassins from the different countries are seeking for the truth and staying on the dark to serve the light. And these are the ones on 2.5D gameplays, explore, survive every historical event, but in a fantasy world. So there is a different brotherhoods as well, so that's a great deal for that. 70% off for 149 for each, so that's a great deal. $1 to less than even $2. So the next game I can totally stick to its story and wanted to explore on that, which was the Assassin's Creed Rogue, which is 70% off, $299, almost like a $3 to $4, in which the darkest chapter of Assassin's Creed franchise yet. You play as Saga, where you will experience the slow transformations from assassins to assassins hunter, which is Templar. So the Assassin's turned Templar is the greatest story to explore on from the Templar's side, and what's will be in potential futures to have a different storylines to make some perspectives on the Templar sides as well, and explore even further and try to bring up these gamers a new perspective that what two factions are seeking, and what's the cons that they are totally becoming rivals or something instead of building a future. So that's a pretty great story to be explored on, but they have left just after the Rogue. So it's a 70% off, $299, almost like a $3 to $4, so that's a great deal. The next Assassin's Creed is the Unity, so 75% off, $374, almost like a $4 to $5, which is a great game I can say from the modern era perspective, and their parkours and these explorations and story wise, which is set on the French Revolutions. So it has also have the brand new co-op games, which I totally loved about it. That's the only Assassin's Creed they have co-op gameplays, which has the Assassin's Creed Unity. So they have totally left out these co-op missions, which was highly interactive and highly fun. So that's 75% off, $374, almost like a $4 to $5, so that's a great deal. And the best one which I loved, which is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So Black Flag is a 70% off, $599, almost like a $6 to $7, which was set in the 1715 pirate rules of the Caribbean and established their own lawless republic, while corruption, greediness and cruelty comes place among the outlaws and brass captain named Edward Kenway. You play as Edward Kenway to take down every enemy ships and try to gather as much as the resources you possible, and later on you just inspired for the assassins and join them and to serve them to the future. So that's a great deal. 70% off, $599, almost like a $6 to $7. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, which is 75% off, $499, or almost like a $5 to $6, which is you will playing as a Connor, and also you will play as Haytham Kenway. So both stories related, and they're totally based on the stories of American revolutions experience for the first time. So that's all the stories, which is 7 years of wars between American and England. So that's what's the totally based on historical but fantasy places. So 75% off, $499, almost like a $5 to $7, so that's a great deal. Assassin's Creed Revelations is the best one I can say. SG Collections is the best one I can say. 70% off Revelation, $224, almost like a $2 and a few cents. You will Ezio Auditore walks the footstep of legendary mentor Altair in the Masyaf, whether he will be welcome or not. So seeking of the truth, what the assassin's true ideology was. So he's exploring to the end of his last journey, while the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is time to join the Brotherhood whenever he started from the Assassin's Creed 2. So it's 75% off, $187, almost like a $2 a few cents, while Revelation is $224, almost like a $2 a few cents. And Assassin's Creed 2 as the first one, which Ezio has become, how Ezio becomes his assassins and joined the Assassin's Creed and became trying to establish a brotherhood. These are 75% off, $124, almost like a $1 a few cents. So that's a great deal from this Assassin's Creed franchises, which is basically the Ezio's was the best one. And the Assassin's Creed 1 Director's Cuts, which is the first one, which is from the Altair. And Altair, how it became at the age of the 25, he became the masters of this Assassin's Creed. So this is 75% off, $124, almost like a $1 a few cents. So that's a great deal. The next is coming up from the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Siege, which is the PvP games, which is 60% off, $399, where you just shoot them, tactical team-based shooters, and also destructible environment as well. So that's a 60% off, $399, almost like a $4 to $5. While Rainbow Six Siege Extractions is the standalone from the Rainbow Six Siege, which is 75% off, $499, almost like a $7, which is totally based on co-op PvE first-person shooters, where your squad face evolving alien threat, teamwork tactics, and flawless executions. They're key to survival. While Rainbow Six Siege Vegas 2, which was released in 2008, 75% off, $124, almost like a $1 and a few cents, which is totally based on your last to rescue the American 60th city from the escalating terrorist siege that will force you to hear pounding and actions. While The next one is the Rainbow Six Siege 6 is a 3 gold, which is 75% off, 62 rupees, less than even a dollar, which you command as an third installment of the widely popular Rainbow Six series, which face the hidden global forces of the new and secretive foes. And Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Lockdown, which is 75% off, which is 62 rupees, almost like a less than even a dollar. So that's a great deal. The next game series is which coming out from the Watch Dogs, so Watch Dogs Legion and Watch Dogs 2. So both are 85% off, 449, almost like a $5 to $6. Where the Watch Dogs 2 set on the San Francisco, play as Marcus, a brilliant hacker. Join the most notorious hacker group's DedSec. Your objective to execute the big hack of the history, which is the Bloom City OS. So they have established, and you need to hack their system to erase your criminal records and make a clean slate and do the further missions to advance your story. So that's the story behind the Watch Dogs 2. And the Watch Dogs Legion is the build a resistance as you fight to take place near future London facing its downfall. Welcome to the resistance, where you can have the abilities in the game mechanics that you can recruit anyone in the playable, make them playable characters, and if they dies, then they will be not able to be playable for the next missions, while you will need to recruit the other NPCs which you can select, and they have little bit of background story. But there was the thing where players are just disconnected from the every NPCs is a playable character. So if there is no story behind of every NPCs which you can recruit and play them as a player protagonist, but they have no background stories, so that's the time where the players become disconnected from the games. So that's great deals. That's a potential, but 85% off, 449, both of the game, almost like a $5 to $6. So that's a great deal. The next game is coming out from this TRINE bundle, which you can get 60% off, 1448, almost like a $16. But while you can get on a deal, which is TRINE 5 is not on a deal, which is $1300, $14 to $15. TRINE 3 is on a deal, 78% off, 212, which is almost like a $2 and few cents. TRINE 2 complete stories is $193, almost like a $2 and few cents. TRINE First is $105, which is 78% off, $1 and few cents. TRINE 4 is 78% off, almost like $153, less than a $2. So these are the games which covers all the stories behind, which is TRINE 5 Clockwork Conspiracies is the biggest adventure of the fifth outcoming from the TRINE series is who will stop the nothing, seize the control of the kingdom, clock is ticking, save the world of time. While TRINE 4 is basically on this three iconic heroes set off on a quest through fantastic fair style landscape to save the world for the nightmare of the prince. While the TRINE 3 will be the artifact power is platforming games and action puzzles where you reunite three heroes in all new adventures. So trying to complete stories that it also always contains the 3-player co-op gameplays where you can locally connect with 3 players, or you can play with these companions as well. While the enchanted editions for the first one is the untold fairy tale world of great castles and strange machinery featuring physics-based puzzles and slightest online and co-op. So these all TRINE 1 to TRINE 2, 3, 4 and 5. These all are physics-based gameplays and puzzles, and also the co-op missions as co-op gameplays as well. So this is totally 60% off, $1,448, almost like a $16. So these are the games in the collections and the bundles and series of these games for the today that I've included and covered it at all. So that's it for my side. I'll bring back the new videos and updates on the regarding the games. I'll meet you in the next video. So thank you for watching. So till then, keep gaming. Lucaso out here.
Yeah, boy.